Hi, welcome back. Today we will need a block for our flow. We'll be using it for one of our poses. If you don't have a block, you can use a big book, a paper towel, roll, or anything big and sturdy. If you don't have one, that's okay. You'll be able to do it without it. Today we'll get started in a comfortable cross-legged position. So give you a moment to get there. You can always grab a little pillow underneath your sits bones if that makes it more comfortable. You can rest your hands on your knees and gently close your eyes. And just start to bring awareness to your breath. Not changing it right now, just noticing it. And begin to slow it down. Deep inhalations, deep exhalations. On your inhale, roll your shoulders up and back. Do that a few times. Inhale and exhale, roll your shoulders back. Once your shoulders slide down your back, pause there and keep it. Lifting up your back a little bit more. Begin to find your centering, the space that you want to be during your flow today. One more deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. This time seal your lips and access that ujjayi breath, the breath that flows in and out of the nose, lips sealed. And find that constriction in your throat on the inhalation and exhalation. The ujjayi breath is really good for warming the body, getting it ready for yoga. And gently open your eyes. And we'll move into our tabletop position. So hands stacked underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Fingers spread nice and wide. Inhale, drop the belly down, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Press the floor away. Inhale, come forward, belly drops, look forward to cow. And then on your exhale, round the spine to cat. So go through that a few times on your own, cat, cow. Letting your breath be your guide, warming up the spine here. And come to a neutral tabletop position. Tuck your toes, and then press your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, bend your knees. Let your head relax. Feel your finger pads press into the mat. And draw your belly up towards your navel. Well, your belly button up towards your spine rather. So you're engaging your belly here. And then come to a neutral downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward to the top of your mat, step or hop towards your hands. On your inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Hands press against your shins. Exhale, fold. One more time. On your inhale, lift halfway. And on your your exhale, fold over. Grab for opposite elbows here and take a ragdoll. Sway side to side. Release any tension in your neck and let the crown of the head be parallel with the floor. Release your hands. Deep inhale, slowly roll all the way up to a standing position. Feet are about hip distance apart. Ground through all four corners of your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead and reach for your left wrist. Deep inhale, and then exhale, bend over towards your right. Inhale, come back up. Pause here on your exhale. Inhale, reach your arms back up towards the ceiling and reach for your right wrist, and then bend over towards your left. And play with your eye gaze here. See what changing your gaze does for the pose. Inhale, come back up, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, and then exhale, fold. Step back to a high plank. Option always come down to your knees. And then slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Forehead rests on the mat. Make sure that your hands are below your shoulders. Top of the feet press against the mat. Inhale, bring your chest up. Look forward. Chin is parallel with your mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come back up. Just the chest, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, lower. One more time, coming into that baby cobra. Inhale, chest comes up. Exhale, lower. Warming up the low back there. Inhale, come up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes and press your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. You can pedal out your feet, take any movement. That feels good right now. Deep inhale. And exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead, look up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep arms up to the sky. And then exhale, sit back into chair pose. Weight is in the heels. Feet are about hip distance apart. Belly button is drawing in towards the spine. Shoulder blades down and back. Relaxing the shoulders. Reaching forward. Check to see that you can see your toes past your knees. If you can't, shift back a little bit more in the heels. Now lift your right foot and launch it back to a crescent lunge. You can take a couple steps back if you need to. And then inhale, bring your arms up so biceps are by ears. Deep inhale. And then exhale, sink down a little bit deeper. Press that left knee towards the pinky side edge of the foot. One more breath here. And then on your exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or even all the way. And then take a cobra or an upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep arms up, reach up. And then exhale, bend at your knees. Coming back to that chair pose. Ground all four corners of your feet to the mat. weight in the heels. Relax your gaze, relax your breath. Eye gaze should be towards the top of your mat. Deep inhale, and then lift that left foot and launch it back to crescent lunge. And then bring those arms up, bicep by ears. Deep inhale, reach up, and then exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And then press that right knee towards the right pinky. Shoulder blades down and back. And the crown of the head is reaching up. Deep inhale. And then exhale. Place your hands on the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. And take your chaturanga. So on your inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to cobra. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly lower your knees down to the mat. So you're in a tabletop position. And double check your form here. Ensure that your wrists are below your shoulders, knees are below your hips. And then take your left foot and dial it off the mat. We're gonna come to a supported side plank. So arm lifts up. You can stay like this, or you can hover that right foot off the mat, flex the foot. You can keep your arm like this, or you can cross it over the top of your head, reaching for the top of the mat. Inhale and exhale. See if you can make your line a little bit longer, reaching your foot back and your hand forward. Slowly come out of that. Bring your left foot down to your tabletop position. And then we'll take it on the other side. So take that right foot, dial it off the mat. Come to that supported side plank. Left arm reaches up. You can hover that left foot, flex the foot. You can reach up or cross that arm over. Really press the hip up towards the sky to engage the obliques. One more inhale. And then exhale, lower back down to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes and press your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward to the top of the mat, step or hop towards your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your feet together. Take your right foot and kickstand it against your left ankle. So you can keep it here, or you can bring it up to the calf or to the inner thigh. Just avoid the knee to protect it. Coming into tree pose. Find your strong foundation first. Find a focal point somewhere on the ground. You can bring your hands to heart center, or you can grow your branches. Finding your own variation. The challenge here is if you closed your eyes. Then press that inner thigh or that calf or ankle against the foot that's resting on it. Bringing your hips centered. Inhale, bend your knee, bring it forward. Flex your foot. And then exhale, bring your chest down, foot back to warrior three. Slight bend in the knees, so we're not really locking it out. You can reach forward, or you can airplane your arms. Bring that right hip down to bring it in line with the left. Look down, Crown of the head should be reaching forward towards the top of the mat. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, bring that right foot down. So we're in that crescent lunge position. Arms reach up. Inhale. And exhale, sink a little deeper. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, open up to warrior two. So right foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Left knee is bent. Press that left knee towards the pinky side edge of the foot. Roll your shoulder blades down and back. Suck the belly in. And then let your eye gaze go down your left hand. Find your focal point. Breathe. Inhale, lift the palm up towards the ceiling, the left palm up towards the ceiling. And then exhale to reverse warrior. So you're high-fiving the back wall. Inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down towards the top of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. You can always go down to a child's pose if you need to. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands come together to heart center. Just take it on the other side now. Take your left foot, kickstand it against your right ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Hands can stay here at heart center, or you can take other variations. You can reach up. You can interlace your fingers behind your back to open up the shoulders and chest. And find your gaze, your drishti point. Inhale, bend that knee forward, flex the foot. Release your hands. Bring hands up overhead. And then exhale, chest comes forward parallel with the mat. And left foot kicks back to warrior three. Suck the belly in. Find your gaze. Relax your breath. Deep inhale. And then exhale, step that left foot down to crescent lunge and bring the arms up overhead. Deep inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two. So left foot is parallel with the back of the mat. The heel is down. You're pressing that right knee towards the pinky side edge of the foot. Roll your shoulder blades down and back. Draw the belly in. And then eye gaze goes down that right hand. Inhale, flip the palm up, the right palm up, and then high five the back wall for reverse warrior. Getting a nice stretch in the right side of the body. Deep inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step your right foot to meet the left. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Press all 10 fingers into the mat. Bend your knees. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart center. So this is where you'll need your block or whatever you're gonna use for a block, or no block at all. So just take one and have it at the top of your mat. Bring your feet together. Inhale, sweep arms up. And then exhale, sit back into chair pose. Lift your right foot, cross it over your left. And then sweep your left arm underneath your right arm underneath your left. So that's the first part of the pose. You can go a little bit deeper by crossing that right foot over the left calf and then taking an extra bind with the arms, bringing the palms together. But this is fine too. Opening up the shoulders. It's good for the knees. Find your focal point. And relax your breath. Inhale, slowly unwind. Flex that foot in front of you. Bend the knee. Deep inhale. And then exhale, coming back to that warrior three. So chest is parallel with the mat. And then your right foot is kicking back towards the wall. Now this time, bring your hands down to your mat or your block. Slight bend in the knee. We're doing standing splits. So getting a really nice stretch in the back of the left leg. You're still flexing that back foot and kicking it up. And relaxing any tension in your neck. All right, now take with your left hand, grab the block on the highest setting, about 1.5 feet in front of you. Rest your left hand on it. Now open up your left shoulder and your right shoulder and your right hip to half moon. So flex that back foot. Right arm is reaching up. Little balance challenge here, so find that focal point. It's okay to hold up. Inhale, and then exhale, bring that right foot down. So we're back in warrior two now. Press through the pinky side edge of that back foot and look forward towards your left hand. Inhale, sweep the left hand up and over, reverse warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back to high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop towards the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, shoulders press away from your head. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep arms up and over your head. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Take an eagle on the other side now. So bring your feet together. Inhale, bring arms up overhead. And then exhale, sit back to chair pose. This time lift your left foot, cross it over your right thigh. And then take your left hand and bring it underneath your right. Taking your variation of this pose, you can stay here or take that extra bind with your hands and your foot. Inhale, and see if you can just sink down a little bit deeper. Find that focal point. And relax your breath. Let me show you from the side. And inhale, gently unwind out of that. Bend your knee, flex your foot, arms reach up. And then exhale, come down to warrior three. Chest is parallel with the mat, and the left foot is kicking back. Coming into that capital T position. So you can airplane your arms back, you can reach forward, whatever just feels natural to you. Deep inhale, and then exhale, release your hands down to the mat for standing splits. So square your hips towards the mat, and then kick that left foot up. Relax the crown of the head towards the mat. And take that block or whatever you're using, bring it forward. So you want it about the distance underneath your shoulder. Press your hand against it. Inhale. Open up your left hip and your left shoulder for half moon. So find that focal point. Ground all four corners of the foot into the mat. And reach up and then kick back. Inhale and exhale. Bring that foot down to the mat into warrior two. So press the pinky side edge into the mat. Your left foot. Roll your shoulder blades down and back and look forward towards your right hand. Bend your knee. Deep inhale. And then exhale, reverse warrior. High five the back wall. Inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly lower your knees down to the mat. So you're like in a tabletop position. And then sweep your feet to the side. Come down to your sits bones. Lift your hands up and reach forward. And slowly bring your back down a little bit. And suck your navel in. Chest is up, shoulder blades down. Lift one foot up. And then the other for boat pose. You can keep your knees bent. You can straighten them and lower down a little bit. Just find your intensity. We'll be here for a couple breaths. Deep inhale. And then exhale, lower the soles of the feet to the mat. Press your hands into the mat. Press your hips up for reverse tabletop. You can relax your head and press your hips up. And then exhale, lower your hips back down to the mat. Make sure there's enough room behind you. And then slowly lower your back all the way down. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. Massage the low back. Then open your arms up to a T. And let your knees fall to the left. Eye gaze to the right. And shift the hips over a little bit so that they're stacked underneath your right hips. And eye gaze can be over towards that right hand. Breathe in. Bring your knees towards center. Breathe out. Bring your knees to the right side. Shimmy your hips over towards the left to stack them underneath your left hip. And then eye gaze can be towards that left hand, getting a nice stretch in the neck. You can close your eyes here. Relax your hands. Breathe in, bring your knees back through center. Hug your knees in, squeeze them tight. And then open your knees up and take your happy baby. So reach for the outsides of the feet. You can rock back and forth if your tailbone is down low. You can straighten one leg and then straighten the other. Draw those knees back and towards your chest. Reach your forehead to your knees. Tight squeeze, make a nice tight ball. Deep inhale. And then exhale, lower your knees and your arms down towards the mat for final Shavasana. So you can take up as much space as you need to. Find a comfortable resting position. And gently close your eyes. And check in with your breath here. See how your body feels now compared to the beginning of class. And unhinge your jaw. Unfurl your brow. And just breathe. Slowly bring movement back into your hands, into your feet. Rock your head side to side. Take a big good morning stretch. And then curl over to one side. And use your arm as a pillow, rest your head. And then press your hands into the mat, bringing yourself back up to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead, reach towards the sky, and then exhale, palms come together to heart center. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. Namaste.